It's the Bullseye Holiday Special. I'm Jesse Thorn. So when I need advice and guidance in life, I always turn to my friends at the podcast, My Brother, and Me. It's an advice show. It's hosted by three real-life brothers, Justin, Travis, and Griffin McElroy. And, you know, the holidays are a very fraught time for all of us. So I thought I would open things up to our listeners and theirs and have them offer a little bit of holiday advice. Hi, McElroys. How are you?
Good,
Hello,
Jesse. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for that enthusiastic holiday greeting, Griffin.
I'm slopped on that nog, if you know what I'm talking about.
I don't actually. What does that mean?
I think that meant that I had drank a lot of eggnog, and now I'm drunk at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday.
Sloppy drunk too, not
Yeah,
just drunk.
apparently.
Sloppy, like he really, you knew we had this recording, Griffin.
Yeah, it's the problem is I love the flavor of it, and so I drink a lot of it, and then I turn around and I'm slopped on the nog.
Griffin, my biggest concern is that I do not believe there was alcohol in that nog.
No, I'm lactose intolerant, so it goosed me up in a different way.
Let's get into the questions. Here's one from Fumbling in Florida. I've had my current job for almost 8 months. I work at a small office, and I'm generally seen as a very helpful and useful person. I've never had an office job like this before, and given that it's me and my two bosses, I'm not sure what the holiday gift-giving rules are here. Is it like Teacher Appreciation Day, and I give them a mug or a chocolate rose? Gift cards? Do I need to do anything at all? Help me. What should Fumbling in Florida be giving to his or her two bosses?
Oh, this is awkward. Jesse, did you include this question because you're our boss at Max Fun and you would like us to get you something?
Yes, a chocolate rose specifically.
That will let you know that that we've chosen you to remain on The Bachelorette.
My first concern, frankly, is that Fumbling in Florida was giving his or her teachers chocolate roses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot.
I got them edible underpants. Is that okay?
It sounds like the arrangement is it's you and you have two bosses and that is everybody that works in the office. So the only thing I have to go on is you would get them presents like I give my dad presents, which is to say just a recent picture of myself and then just a scan of a recent report card just to let him know like I'm doing very good and I'm growing up good and strong.
Yeah, I think okay. This is the magic of the giving of gifts at the holiday season. I don't think you're obligated to give your bosses presents. I don't think it's a thing like that's going to come up in your yearly performance review or anything. And that means when you do it, you can put the least amount of thought and effort into it and still make an impact. Like the fact that you did anything at all will seem like, oh, I didn't expect a chocolate rose. Thank you so much.
Could you bake something? You a baker? Hey, are you listening? Can you talk back? Question, are you a baker? Because I think baking treats is always nice because it really comes from the heart. It doesn't cost a lot, but it really shows that you care.
What about if you put it in a holiday tin?
Oh, well, that's really festive, Jesse. Thank you. I think a holiday tin, as Jesse suggested, perhaps a non-denominational one would be ideal. Perhaps a nice winter scene, something a Thomas Kincaid sort of inspired holiday tin.
Or just an old butter cookie tin.
Sure, those are very useful. That shows you care about the environment, recycling. That's very on trend. Thank you, Travis.
Here's something from Keeping It Christmassy in Canada. Settle the classic debate for me. Real tree or artificial?
I have very strong feelings on this because when I was a kid, I stepped on a pine needle and I didn't know it, and part of it became embedded in my foot and was there for months and became severely infected, and I had to go to the hospital.
Travis is half sap now.
I do a real tree every year, though I have a few major issues with it. Number one, I have sort of customized my life so that it reflects my unique skill set, my uniquely limited skill set. And I'm not put in situations a lot where I'm having to fake knowledge about something, but certainly evaluating trees at the tree store when I have to look at several dozen trees and say, no, good, very good. That's going to flesh out nicely. Really unqualified to do that. And I usually just end up relying on my wife. The other big issue that I have with it is once the tree is on, my wife won't let me run any other errands to sort of double down on being out of the house and trying to knock two birds out with one stone. On our most recent excursion to pick up a tree, I had my heart set on some Long John Silver's, and my wife told me that I was not allowed to go through the drive-thru at Long John Silver's with a tree on top of the car because, quote, it would be weird. And I really pressed her hard on this one because I really wanted to know what the crime was in just driving around with a tree on your roof and getting some delicious crispy fish. But she couldn't back it up, but she has very strong feelings about that.
Here's something from Confused in Carson City. Is it okay to still get someone a present after they asked you not to? Should I hold off until their birthday or go through with it despite their protests?
It depends on how they said it. If they said it like this, like, no, we don't have to get each other presents. Yes, you should get them a present. But if they were like, don't get me a present, I don't want it, I don't want to celebrate Christmas, I don't want to, then you shouldn't. Like, it all depends on how they said it.
And why do you not want presents? Nobody doesn't like getting things. It's excellent. It's truly excellent. It's one of the most excellent things in life is to get a thing. I don't understand why you don't want this.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That moment when you realize that it used to be theirs and now it's yours. There's nothing better. It's like a little quickening every time.
In my house right now, I have 619 things. I always have a running tally in my head of how many things I have. Christmas is a time when people roll up and they're like, here is a sum total like 36 new things. And I'm like, what? This rules. This is so great. I'm going to add this to the total, to the tally. And then when I die, I'll end up on the leaderboards somewhere.
I'm imagining that leaderboard that Griffin was describing. In my mind, it's housed on a table version of Miss Pac-Man in a pupusa restaurant by where I grew up.
Yeah, every time that you go to Griffin's house, you actually can't begin your visit until he makes you visit, he calls it the bauble wing, and it's just shelves of baubles and knickknacks that he's obtained over that 12 months.
It's sort of like a dragon's hoard.
Here's something from Wondering in Winnetka. For Christmas, I'm flying home to Rhode Island from Los Angeles to surprise my dad. The problem is he wants to mail me presents so we can open them over Skype together. How can I convince my dad to not send me Christmas presents without letting him know something is up?
That's a good one. I'm assuming he's not a Bullseye listener because the jig is up. This is really
You're
tough.
gonna have to ship your dad to Los Angeles. You have to get your dad from Rhode Island to Los Angeles. You guys fly past each other in the sky, and then oops, we did the thing that happens on TV sometimes where I came to your house, you came to my house. What? Well, grab the presents that you sent me while you're there, and then you fly home, please.
I'm gonna stay here though.
I'm gonna stay here in Rhode Island though.
Let me pitch something. This is what I would do. You're gonna have to do an undercut surprise. I want you to tell your dad that you are coming in, but you won't be able to come in till the new year. And so you want him to just hold on to your presents.
Oh.
Right? So then he's holding on to your presents so you can open them together. That way he kind of like he knows why he's holding on to them. But boom, there you are, Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, Dad. I came early. That kind of idea.
You could take it one step further and say that you're going to be in for Christmas, but you're not going to be able to visit him. You have a lot, and if you could just leave the presents on the porch,
I've got a lot of commitments, Dad.
Yeah, you'll get them at your convenience.
Why leave it at you won't be able to visit him? Why not kick it up to you don't care to visit him?
I'll be enjoying your company.
I could, Dad. I'm going to spend Christmas Day sitting in a hotel room just down the street from you. I want you to know that.
How difficult would it be to get your father on some sort of terror watch list so that any packages he attempts to send through the mail are immediately returned to sender?
It would specifically have to be a male terrorist watch list, like a Unabomber
Right.
list.
Early Christmas present to your father, fake stamps. You say, hey, I got these novelty stamps for you from your favorite television show, The Pretender. Remember with Jared? Remember, you love that show. So I got you some Pretender stamps, but they're legal, so go ahead and use those. Oops-a-daisy, shipped right back to your dad, just in time.
Well, Justin, Travis, Griffin, I think we're all leaving this better people than we were on our way in, huh?
I would argue that we saved Christmas.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me on the Bullseye Holiday Special.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jesse.
Bye.
Bye. Happy holidays.
Justin, Travis, and Griffin McElroy. They're the hosts of the astonishing smash hit podcasts, My Brother and Me, The Adventure Zone, and many more here at MaximumFun.org. There's also a My Brother and Me TV show. You can watch the first season of it. Follow the link on the Bullseye page at MaximumFun.org.